I got so much to share with y'all. Woo! Cha! What's going on, you guys? I am sitting in my car. I am waiting to see what my next move is gonna be, and I thought, this would be a good time to vlog. The scenery looks nice behind me and whatnot, but you probably wonder what I'm waiting on. So last night I thought I had a UTI. Well, I think I have a UTI, and I didn't want to go all the way downtown Atlanta to my doctor for a possibility, and so I was trying to drop into one of these urgent cares around here, around my area, and they want to see me because I'm pregnant. And so I made an appointment last night to go there this morning, and they called me and said, well, we can't see you at this location because you are pregnant. If you are pregnant, there's nothing we can do. So I was like, okay. Well, now I'm waiting on my nurse practitioner to call, and hopefully she'll call while I'm doing this vlog, because usually that's what happens. My only concern was last night was that my discomfort, my urinary discomfort, was followed by cramping, and so I was like, it's one of those things I just rather just get checked out just to make sure. Like, were those Braxton Hicks contractions? Were they, just my uterus expanding? Was it just the baby kicking me and, kicked me in a certain location and, caused some discomfort? I don't know. So I just like to be sure, because I am not a doctor. I hate self-diagnosing myself in these kind of situations because I don't know what's going on internally, and I just want to make sure my baby's okay. I do have an appointment again on Friday. It's a fetal echo scan, and so I just really want to pop in a doctor and see if I just have a UTI. I don't really want to be, doing the ultrasounds or things like that. But, oh yeah, first time mom here, so it's like one of those things, like I don't really have anybody guiding me through this process. The only person really right now in my life is my best friend, my sister from another mister, and she gives me a lot of good insight on what I should be doing with this, what's normal, what's not normal. Again, if you go back to my video, my fears of being pregnant at 35, a lot of people assume you just know what you're doing, and a lot of people are really dismissive over some things, and I hate, calling my doctor, and actually this is the best doctor that I've found. But sometimes even calling my doctor's office when I give them my concerns, which are not much, it's always surrounding the UTI. It's always like, yeah, it's probably not this, and my concerns never seem like they're taken seriously, and it's so annoying to have your discomfort dismissed a lot. It's just like I'm a first time mom, and with COVID and everything going on, I'm going through these things by myself. It's not like I go in there and I have somebody with me and support. I'm really navigating this whole process by myself, and it's just so freaking annoying sometimes when you call your doctor and they always make it seem like you're just tripping or X, Y, and Z thing, and I have to advocate for my baby. Like, I don't really care about what you think about me. You may think I'm high strung. Well, I don't know what they think. I don't really. But it's just like one of those things. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, where is the good OBGYNs in Atlanta? Like, it's just like they're always like overcrowded, or I don't care about people's feelings and stuff like that. It's just I have to do what's best for me and mine, because at the end of the day, after April 8th, you ain't got to see me no more. So I'm not trying to find anything to nitpick about. I just wish that people would be more understanding, because sometimes you go to a doctor's office. Like, I went through 4 OBGYNs before I got to this one, and a lot of them weren't familiar with IVF. A lot of them just treated me like another statistic, and it's just like they was just so dismissive. Even my doctors now, they're more attentive. However, like when I call in, have you been watching YouTube? And I'm like, this is about a urinary tract infections, and I get those a lot, unfortunately. I've changed my diet. I've I drink more water. I drink, like right now, I probably drink like a gallon of water, at least a half a gallon every day. And so I don't know why this happens to me. And even when I was going through infertility, it was you know, a lot to even get to the place where we did treatments. We actually had to seek it out ourselves. My OBGYN in Ohio was just like, well, you only been trying a year. It's like, oh, you're young, or like at the time, but I think at the time I was only like, what, I wasn't even that young. I mean, fertility speaking, I was about 28 or 29, and it was like really dismissive, and it's like we had to seek out other options ourselves. And then, you know, all the stuff that she was telling me about the OPK kit, which is the ovulation kits, you know, I couldn't even get pregnant. And so it was just so annoying. It's always been so annoying for me to deal with doctors, because it's like I'm not allowed to have problems. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not allowed to voice my concerns and them be taken seriously. And that is so annoying, especially when you're like a first-time mom. I can see via IVF. Thank y'all for allowing me to rant if you made it this far. Thank you for listening to my rants. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys until Friday. I will definitely vlog again before I post this. Hey you guys, on my way to my next appointment, my fetal echo scan. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm barely woke. Usually the night before I have some kind of scan, my anxiety is sky high, so unfortunately my sleep pays for it. But I sleep well after the appointments. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you guys, and there was no resolve for my little rant that I had the other day. I'm hoping that I can get a UTI test maybe at this appointment, but if not, I will probably order the strips off of Amazon, and then, you know, just let my doctor's office know, you know, where I stand. But yeah, I'm just checking in with you guys. I got the hubster here. I love when we have these appointments because he can come, and so he gets to see the baby. And unfortunately at this clinic they don't allow you to record, so it's good that he gets to be here because he wouldn't see baby otherwise. So yep, peace. Week 22, y'all. Look at him in here. I know y'all can't see it, but I can feel him moving. My little foot. This is week 22, y'all. It's getting real. Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? I have so much to share with you guys. I'm literally out of breath walking to my living room right now. But anyway, before I get into my story, I'm gonna show you guys this little thing we created. Baby Jackson coming April 2022. And this is for my first positive clear blue pregnancy test. And then this is the onesie that they gave us when we graduated from our fertility clinic. And these are all my little needles. Eventually we'll throw those away. And this is the latest picture from his ultrasound. He is so beautiful to me. I will show you guys the more bigger picture so you can see it clearly, because right now I know you guys can't see it. But anyway, I got so much to share with y'all. Woo! Child. Woo, child. I got so much to share with y'all. I know y'all guys saw my rant at the beginning of this video, and then I showed a little clip before we were going to our ultrasound appointment, and I have an update to both. I had to let a few days pass before I did my update. So now today is Tuesday, December the 2nd. And so I am officially 22 weeks. I turned 22 weeks on last Friday. And I feel like I had to let a few days pass because no matter how I was going to try to do it, I was going to be an emotional mess. I actually did record a few videos after that appointment. And I just stopped crying. I was angry. I was so frustrated. So I was like, let me clear my head a little bit and then kind of, you know, bring it to you guys in a more neutral place. Just an update with my appointment, which was my fetal echo scan. It went well. No, it didn't. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. No matter how I tried to sugarcoat it, it just did not go well. And that's okay. It really was painful. I had never had an ultrasound that painful before, and she kept trying to get the baby to cooperate, and he just wouldn't turn some ways, so she couldn't get all the pictures that they needed. So they had to do a follow-up appointment, which is next Tuesday, December the 14th. And so my follow-up appointment is next Tuesday to get the photos that they didn't get at the last appointment then. And so she kept trying to get him to turn. She was just going over and over my stomach with the probe. And because I am a thick chick, I feel like she was just really pressing really hard. And it really hurt. You know, like I was like, you know, ma'am. Can you not? Like, if the baby don't want to cooperate, let's just reschedule some stuff. Like, I was just like so shocked, like how bad that ultrasound hurt. And then like it hurted for the next 2 days. It felt like it was so sensitive to the touch, like a bruise. And I was just so shocked. I was like, does she not realize she's hurting me? You know, I was like, why didn't I say something? And like, because I didn't know if this was normal. I didn't know, like, was this normally how ultrasound is supposed to feel? Like, should I say something? And so I winded up not saying anything. However, after my appointment there, I did Google like painful ultrasounds for thicker women, and then I did see some, you know, situations where women were saying that ultrasound was painful, but they said something, or that it was painful and they didn't say something. They had like bruises for the next 2 days or so. And I was like, I should have said something, even though I didn't know, was that okay to say? Like, at least if I would have said something, she would have known that I was in pain. At least if I would have said something, she would say, okay, you know, this is kind of like what it's supposed to feel like. It does hurt a little bit, but this is normal. Like, I should have said something to know if what I was experiencing was normal or not. Like, I was just so shocked that it was hurting that bad. My husband was there, and I don't really think he knew how painful it was. I was sitting there feeling like this was like a torture session. And so, you know, after she left, I did tell him, I said, oh my gosh, that ultrasound really hurt. And then like the next day, not really the next day, that night, like my stomach in certain areas where she was at was painful to the touch. And like literally on my right side, it just felt like I had a pulled muscle. Like I was really in pain. And so I called my doctor shortly thereafter, you know, to just kind of like, you know, maybe I need to go in for a checkup to my regular doctor, not the place where I went to with the ultrasound, but to my regular doctor. And again, they did not answer my call. So at this point, I'm just getting frustrated. I'm upset because like I'm 22 weeks and a lot of doctors don't want to take on clients at 22 weeks. And I really feel like the medical profession in general needs more checks and balances, because like, if you're really thinking about it from a doctor's perspective, why do I have to be my best for you? Like, if you don't want to come to my doctor, there's people literally begging to come to my doctor's office. There's like literally a waiting list. So like, why does a doctor feel like they have to be their best for you if there's like a long line of people to replace you if you don't want to come back? Like, why would they, you know what I mean? Like, is it, sorry guys, something's in my eye. Like, it's just like, why, what is pushing them to be better? And so like, that annoys me, because I just feel like I went through 4 OBGYNs to get to where I was at, and I thought we had a good thing going. And like, to reach out to my nurse, because like last week I was having some contractions, like some Braxton Hicks, I guess, and like I was getting nervous about those. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay, like the amount that I was feeling, the pain level that I was feeling, and the like the distance between each situation. So I just like wanted to get some clarification on that, and to just like make sure that that was normal. And I sent my nurse an email, I sent my nurse a voicemail, and to this day I still haven't received a call. And like, what if that was something more serious? Like, I told my husband, like it could have been something else. Like, why didn't you just call me back? And so I'm just so freaking annoyed about that. But anyway, I thought I had a UTI, and so what I wound up doing was ordering one of those UTI kits from off of Amazon, and it did come back that I had some traces of the thing that the little test for, it starts with an L. I'll put the official name in here because it's not coming to my mind, the pronunciation of it, I mean. And so I'll put that in the video. But I did have traces of that, and that made me nervous. I mean, my husband was like, what are some things we can do to kind of like, it wasn't like super pink, but it was like the test has like different levels, so it was like slightly pink. So I was like, we got cranberry juice, and then I started drinking just a little dab of apple cider vinegar and water. And I did follow up a test a few days later. It was kind of like on the neutral side, so I felt okay with that. And my baby's like moving a lot. Like, he seems okay, but it's nothing like having, like, I'm not a doctor, like that's what I paid them for. And I really feel like a lot of doctors have it twisted out here. It's like they're giving you, it's like they don't really realize that they're hired by you. Not to say that you dictate their schedule, but at the time, like, my insurance is paying you. Like, I don't understand how you think that when I say I want to come into an appointment, that's a question and not a demand. Like, I'm not making this, I'm not asking, can I come in for an appointment? I'm telling you, with my money that I'm paying you, I would like to come in here and receive a service. And so, like, where in your schedule is that permissible? Like, I don't understand how, like, it's a question. Like, I'm a first-time mom, and I explained this to my doctor from the beginning. I'm a first-time mom, and this kind of goes back to my video where I said the fear of being 35 and pregnant. Like, a lot of people don't really get, like, this is my first time ever being pregnant. Not that I'm looking for special attention, but I'm looking for the same attention that you would give any first-time mom that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1 to 2 to 3. It's like after you turn 25, it's like, well, you'll figure it out. Like, literally, like, I'm not looking for special attention. I'm just looking for just that security. And I told her that I conceived via IVF, that my baby was my last embryo. I don't have any more embryos on ice, like any frozen embryos, and I don't have the ability to get pregnant naturally. And so, like, there's already pregnancy anxiety, and then you have like that other layer of pregnancy anxiety, like this is my last hope. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I try not to like think about it too much because I have a lot going on in my personal life too. I think I did share with you guys on week 19, not in the video, but in the description. My grandmother had passed recently. She passed at the end of October, I think it was last week of October. And then my cousin recently just passed a few days ago. He was shot, so this was a shock to my whole family. Like, he was literally just singing at my grandmother's funeral, and then to hear that news really just shocked my whole world. So I'm just kind of like dealing with that too, just like, trying to process that. So I did go the extra measure to seek out counseling too, because I just feel like there's just so much that got triggered within the last month with my grandmother passing. And then November, if you guys know, I had a transfer in February, so we would have gotten pregnant in February. My baby would have been due in November. So then there's like processing that, and then like me and my mom are just not in a good place as far as relationship wise, and I'm like, this is like the main time you need your mom during this time. And so just trying to heal from so much stuff. I just want to be the best mom I can be for my baby. I try to maintain not this fake happiness, like everything is okay, but I try to maintain a level of positivity, because like, your baby's affected by your mood. And so like sometimes I just want to like get in this front where I cry, and I just like, my auntie used to say, it's okay to cry, but don't drown in your tears. So I like allow myself to be human and cry, but I'm like, okay, let's look for what do we have to look forward to. So I try to train my mind, what do we have to look forward to, look at all we overcome, look at all that God has brought us through. And I just like try to get out that funk, because I need to be the best to my baby. And I just look at him and that ultrasound, and I just think like he's the most beautiful thing. I have so much to look forward to. I do have a good support group per se. My husband is a good support. My best friend, my sister from another mister, she is like the best support, the best friend you can ever ask for. Just my sister brought me some food she was 45 minutes away from me or so, and she brought me a whole thing of grocery all the way out here to where I live at. And like, my mom literally lives, I won't even say 7 minutes down the street. She lives two stop signs and a red light from me, literally. And so, this whole time I've just kind of been like needing that motherly love and needing somebody to just care. Nonetheless, as far as symptoms go, I am pretty much having the same symptoms I had in our last vlog. The only thing that has really changed is my back problems are gone. I don't have any more back pain, but that's because I've been trying to make myself move for 30 minutes to an hour a day. Like, I get up and I kind of stretch, and then sometimes I do the YouTube pregnant women exercises, and sometimes I do just clean for 30 minutes to an hour a day. Just find a room and just really thoroughly clean. I think I'm in the nesting phase. I did finally get through all those clothes that I was showing you guys that day. I actually had another half a crate of stuff, so I just stayed up all night. I was up from like 11 to 5 o'clock in the morning, like cleaning up that room and like really deep cleaning. I guess this is what the nesting phase is, but I was like, I cannot sleep until this room is clean. My husband was like, have at it, sister. Because he was gonna get some sleep. He was like, I help you out in the morning, man. I'm like, it ain't gonna be in the morning, because I'm like, we about to figure this out tonight. So by the time he got up in the morning, I told you I'm the type of person, when I want to get it done, I'm gonna get it done, like for real. But but anyway, yeah, so no more back pain and not as much fatigue. It's kind of like a hit or miss. I just kind of learned to ride the tide with the fatigue. Like, oh, well, today's gonna be one of those days I'm gonna sleep, and then the next day I'm like, I'm straight. And like, I could be straight for another 3 days, and then, you know, the fourth day I just like, I gotta sleep today. So I just kind of learned to ride the tide and not try to fight against it, but go with it and try to make the most of my good days. But anyway, the baby is moving a lot at week 22. I have nicknamed my son Littlefoot because he's always kicking me with his little foot. Those little turns he's doing in my stomach, I can really feel him turning. And now I'm always out of breath. I'm learning to not sleep on my back. I know that's not good in general after 20 weeks. I was really trying to practice by week 15, 14 to not sleep on my back, and I think I'm doing good. I don't sleep on my back, but sometimes I just like to lean back, and he doesn't like it anyway. Like, he'll be in a kicking fest when I turn on my back for just a second. So he doesn't even let me stay on my back in general. And so just been doing better about, you know, not sleeping on my back. My appetite has definitely increased more than what I shared with you guys last time. Like, I feel like I'm a bottomless pit at this point. And so I just feel like I should have just left good enough alone when I was saying that, you know, I was having food aversions, because I did not realize like what the alternative could be. I'm literally like hungry all the time. So I'm trying to make better choices, because I just want a healthier pregnancy in general. And I have my glucose test coming up, not next week, but on week 24, which is the week of Christmas, I believe. Or wait, this Friday I'll be 23, so maybe next week, I don't know. But I may have my glucose test next week. I have an appointment on Tuesday, and I think at the appointment on Tuesday, she'll let me know if I have my glucose test that following week. I mean, that same week or the next week of Christmas. I'm hoping she can get me in next week, because I don't want to do a glucose test the week of Christmas. Not that I'll be doing too much, but I mean, I just don't. just don't want to be bothered with all that. I live in Atlanta. Like, it's already enough traffic in general, but then you add on like a holiday or something, like it just gets crazy. But nonetheless, that is all I have to share with you guys. I guess I'll have a better update. Oh, well, with the fetal echo, I guess I can give you that. With the fetal echo scan, you know, from what she was able to get, everything looked well. I was like debating, do I even want to go in for a follow-up appointment after how painful that was? And I'm still debating it, because I just don't feel the need to do it. Everything looked well from what she was able to photograph. Everything came back well with my anatomy scan. So I don't know. Y'all weigh in below. What do y'all think? I definitely got a lot more coming that is outside of my personal journey, that I would explain more about in videos to come. But until next time, peace.